The Last of Us Part 1 Remake and GTA 6 have caused quite the stir in the last week or two. Is it the future of gaming? Is it a dark future, or are people overreacting? Let's get into it. Let's jump in and go through the gaming news of the week. This is your host, the Apex Hound, and this is the Apex Report. Let's jump in. So guys, I do want to do a lot more videos like this, so please do drop a like and let me know if you enjoy the videos down in the comments below. I definitely enjoy doing content like this. I just did my Stray review. Speaking of Stray, that's the first story. We'll just talk about that real quick. Stray is actually the highest rated game on Steam of 2022, and I think it really deserves it. So go check out my review. It's one of the last couple of videos I did on here, so go check it out. Trying to do a lot more review content, and I feel like we can make some bangers. It should be really fun. Obviously, we have to try and get games early and hit embargoes to actually make the reviews relevant, but it is what it is. Let's jump in to the main topic of the video, and that's GTA 6 and The Last of Us Part 1. So, GTA 6, we got some details on it, and honestly, I am not so excited for this game after hearing it. To be honest, I was never really a massive Grand Theft Auto fan like some people. I enjoyed the games. I really love San Andreas. I like GTA 5. I didn't love it like some people. I didn't play it all the time, play online like a lot of people do. I know that's one of people's favorite games of all time. Not up there for me, but I do think the GTA games are no doubt great and some of the most influential games ever. But Rockstar are changing their approach. So they're trying to change their workplace culture and trying to reduce and minimize crunch, and apparently they're doing a good job of that, but it comes at the cost of a really long development cycle, and Rockstar have already been pretty terrible with their development cycle. So you think about this, Rockstar in the last 9 years have released one game, and granted, it's one of the great games of all time in my opinion, Red Dead Redemption 2, but they have so many dormant franchises that could be going out there, like Bully and Midnight Club and Max Payne. Like, they just have so much great shit there, and it's just a shame to see it go to waste. And apparently GTA 6 isn't even close to being done. It's at least 2 years away, and I would guarantee that it's probably longer than that. So it's not supposedly coming out until 2024, which in this case would be 6 years after the release of Red Dead Redemption 2. And that doesn't seem like that long, but that's 11 years between GTA 5 and GTA 6. 11 years. Just think about it this way. I was a teenager when GTA 5 came out. I'm gonna be 30 when GTA 6 comes out. Like, that's a long period of your life, man, to not have a GTA game. And I know they have the online, but honestly, I think Grand Theft Auto is all about the single player, and it has been anyway, up until GTA 5. In my opinion, Rockstar need to get their shit together. If this is the cost of crunch, maybe you need to crunch a little bit. Yeah, but it's going to be an 11-year period with just one game released from Rockstar in that period. It's quite incredible. I'm not including that shitty GTA remaster, by the way. They just have so many great franchises. You just have to use them, man. Please use some of these great franchises. Bully 2 would be awesome. And I know it would be hard to do in the climate that we're in now, but I still think that you could make an awesome Bully game. But let's get into the direction of this new Grand Theft Auto game. So the main writers and creators of GTA have left, and the studio seems to be, as I said, going in a new direction. And it seems like now that we're hearing a lot about them trying to be less offensive to marginalized groups specifically. Now, GTA has released transgender jokes, or sorry, not released. They haven't released transgender jokes. They've removed transgender jokes from some of their games, and I feel like GTA is all about being fuck you offensive and stupid slash silly. You know, its characters are bad people. It's not like GTA tries to glorify these things. I mean, there's jokes, no doubt about it, but I mean, that's what GTA has always been, and I understand that this is what they want to change, but is that going to lead to GTA not being the same whatsoever? I think it could. If a Grand Theft Auto game is trying to teach us some life lessons, then we're in for some deep shit. But overall, yeah, let me know your thoughts on Grand Theft Auto 6 and if this has made you more or less excited from the game. The biggest problem that I have personally with what went up here is not this stuff that they talked about with trying to be less offensive. That's fine, okay, whatever. But it's the adding to the world as they go on. It sounds like this is going to be a live service game, and GTA should just not be a live service game in my opinion. They pretty much are that already with GTA Online, and that's the reason reason that it's taken so long for a GTA 6 to come along is because they've put so many resources into GTA Online, and that's just not the road I want to see this franchise go down. And maybe honestly it's for the best, because their writers have left, and are their games going to be as good anymore? It's hard to tell. Like, this is a big game for Rockstar in my opinion. Of course they've made two of the great games of all time in GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2, but they've lost a lot of the talent that made those games so great. So this is kind of like a do or die moment for them. Will Rockstar continue to be the top dog in the world of gaming, or will they start to falter a little bit here? Because the signs are there that this could be a time in history where Rockstar start to go downhill, and I don't want that, but we'll see. Let me know if you agree with that or you disagree with that. I'm completely open to having a conversation with you guys, and you guys can tell me if you think I'm wrong or whatever. I'm completely open to open conversation and dialogue here. So we're gonna jump in now and talk a little bit about The Last of Us Part 1. Naughty Dog just can't escape controversy at the moment, and I feel like this thing right here is a little bit self-inflicted. I think that this could have been avoided. I think a lot of the drama here with The Last of Us Part 1 remake could have been avoided by better marketing, a better price point, and better timing. So the game and the features, of course, looks great, but I mean, it looks like something you could expect in a free update, not a €70 remake, a $70 remake. And I feel like one of the biggest issues with this as well, at least from my opinion, is the wording of remake. Because always, at least in my head, I don't know if this is just me, but when I hear the word remake, I'm expecting big changes compared to, say, a remaster. I'm expecting something akin to Resident Evil 2 or Shadow of the Colossus, where it's like a complete overhaul. Not this with The Last of Us. I know that they say that there is so many changes with the gameplay, but honestly, from what we've seen, it doesn't look that different. They've added accessibility features, which of course is great. They've added some, outfit changes, and obviously the textures and graphics and animations look better, and they look more like they did in The Last of Us Part 2, which is great, because I think The Last of Us Part 2 had some of the best animations and graphics to date in console gaming. So, I mean, that's awesome. I understand that they wanted to have the best version of this game on PS5 for when the show drops and a lot more people start getting into The Last of Us and trying it out. I understand that, I really do, and I don't think that it's a problem that they're doing this remake. I think the €70/$ price tag is the biggest hurdle that they're going to have to overcome. And I think a big part of the problem is how damn good the OG and the remaster of The Last of Us hold up. It's almost like it's a victim of its own greatness, because those games, they just hold up brilliantly even still to this day. So I can understand, as I said, wanting to have the best version of the game on PS5 as the show drops, but do not charge $70, especially for people who have already bought your game before and supported you. It just seems like a little bit of a slap in the face. At least give people the option who have bought the game before to have a cheaper upgrade fee or something. Like if you've bought The Last of Us, you can upgrade for $10 or $20. I think that would be completely reasonable and fair. But the thing is, people are probably going to buy this regardless. It's going to sell millions of copies, and Sony then just won't care about the outrage. And that is one of the problems, right? I mean, I understand you can say, like, it's a cash grab, and maybe it is, but if it's a cash grab and it's working, then I mean, because like I personally, I'm not excited, but someone who's just watched The Last of Us show and wants to play the best version of the game, I can imagine them being hyped about maybe purchasing this remake and getting to try The Last of Us for the first time. Like with Witcher, when that show came out, how many new people played that game? So many. And they're doing an update for The Witcher 3 as well, which is apparently going to be a free update. Maybe Naughty Dog, you should learn something there. I don't know, if people buy it, I guess I really can't blame them for what they're doing. I mean, the biggest problem is that this is taking resources away from maybe a new creative project that Naughty Dog could do. Like they could do a new IP, or put these resources towards that new Uncharted game that's been rumored. I just want to see something new from Naughty Dog. Like we've had the same two franchises from Naughty Dog since 2007 when Uncharted came out. Like and this is coming from someone, by the way, whose two favorite games are Uncharted 4 and The Last of Us. Like, I am in no way attacking Naughty Dog, because I really do believe Naughty Dog are one of the best gaming studios of all time, especially for my gaming taste, where I love the cinematic story games. I think Uncharted is my favorite franchise of all time, and The Last of Us is easily in my top 2 favorite games of all time. So this is coming from a place of love. This is not coming from a place of hate that I'm like trying to jump on Naughty Dog's back. This is not what that is, because I love Naughty Dog. I really do. And there's people out there, of course, that hate Naughty Dog, and that has become especially prevalent recently since The Last of Us Part 2, which, by the way, I didn't love everything about The Last of Us Part 2, but I still think it was an incredible experience. And I think that game was just outrageously ahead of its time, almost, with just how good the animations were and how good the graphics were on the PS4. And I feel like that should be the standard and the norm now, at least, and even better than that for the PS5. So is The Last of Us Part 1 necessary? No, I don't think it's necessary. I don't think it's necessary, but I understand why they're doing it. And I don't have a problem with them doing it, but the problem that I have is the price point and the marketing, which I think have not been great. Because, you know, if this had come out and it was a $30 remake, I don't think people would have a problem with it. I don't think they would. I really don't. And if Naughty Dog didn't hype it up so much with like gameplay changes, I don't like Demon Souls. Like, that was what, 9-10 years between Remake from but that was PS3 to PS5. That is the difference, I feel like. But still, it's like, it's not that much of a difference. But as I said, the biggest difference I feel like is The Last of Us Remastered just holds up so well. And I feel like I'm repeating myself now, so I'm going to move on. And we're going to talk about Lord of the Rings Gollum. So please do let me know your thoughts on The Last of Us Part 1 Remake, if you agree with me, if you don't, and why. Because I really want to hear everyone's opinions on this. Now, Lord of the Rings Gollum has been delayed indefinitely. I am such a huge Lord of the Rings fan, and the gameplay for this game, I mean, the gameplay looks fine, but the game itself, it looks like so unbelievably dated, and I'm glad they've decided to delay it. I hope that they can really rework the visuals and graphics of this game, because I'm not one to harp too much on graphics and visuals, but I mean, it looked particularly dated, and it's not something that you want coming out of a PS5 game. I mean, really, the textures and stuff just look completely dead. The art style, I did not like it at all. It looks like they kind of went for a cartoonish art style, but then it really had no vibrance or imagination to it at the same time, because you have to make it obviously a Lord of the Rings world, which can be dark at times and can be very bleak, but I feel like in that instance you kind of have to go for a more realistic approach if that's what you are going for. And I don't know, it just didn't look good, and I still have some hopes for this game. I really hope that it can be great as a huge Lord of the Rings fan, and I hope that this delay does them well, and I hope that they can turn it around and make this game look good. Alright guys, I do have a Saints Row Part 1 going up either today or tomorrow, so stay tuned for that, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. I will be doing a lot more gaming reviews, playthroughs, first time playing, and more of this news type content. So let me know if that is something you're interested in, and if you enjoyed this video, please drop a like, as I said before, and also make sure to give me topics for new videos, because if you send me topics, you can either send it through the Discord, through the Instagram, Twitter. I regularly check my messages on all of those, so yeah, just message me if you have any stories for me to cover on the Apex Sound 2, where I'll mostly cover like gaming news and maybe some sports stuff here and there. I'm also going to work now on my 5 biggest games for August video. So yeah, stay tuned. And I got a lot more bangers coming up on the Apex Sound 2. Thank you for all the support. It really means the world. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.